proposal to create a new European Law Society is a really exciting and timely one for many different reasons. And I'll just mention a few. The first, probably broadest, most general, maybe the most obvious reason is the creation of community, the creation and the bringing together of community. So a society like this, which holds an annual meeting, or maybe more than an annual meeting, is really a way of channeling a lot of the energy that is out there and creating synergies and links and connections between people who might not otherwise easily meet and come together. And we've seen this in other societies that have been created and that I've been involved in before, that it seems to almost respond to a need we hardly realized was there. But once it was created, we thought, how did we not realize people were so eager to join together, to meet, to discuss, to engage, and how much comes out of that, not just at the moment of the meeting of the society, but also in between, in the many connections that are formed. So that's one. I think there is a real need there in the European law community to have a meeting point, have a place, an opportunity, and a set of reasons to come together and exchange ideas. The second thing is that European law is really changing and developing, and I would say that, with no disrespect to myself and my contemporaries, my peers, but that, it's been a fairly steady field for some years, even decades, but that there's a sense in recent times of a real sort of emergence, eruption of new ideas and challenges and questions, new methodologies, critical approaches, much more empirical work, or development of socio-legal work, an interest in colonialism and its impact and implications for the European project and for your areas of European law more generally, and just more specifically even the idea that we've thought a lot about European law and the economy or the politics of European law, but society is been one of the sort of dimensions that's been less explored, and there's a lot of interest now in looking at why the disconnect between European law and society, and so lived lives, the ordinary world of European law. So there are multiple projects in different parts of Europe looking at these. So that's just to give one very specific example, but the point is that there are all kinds of new and interesting ideas coming forth, new generations of scholars, and it's high time that they had a place and an opportunity and a forum and so on to present and develop and share those ideas. So maybe bringing those ideas together, I think the sense I have is that the European Law Society that's being planned, the Unbound Society, is aiming to be as open and inclusive as possible. This is not something by invitation only, or one that has an idea of what are the right topics or the most important issues or what's a good subject for a European law scholar, but rather keeping that really open and seeing what comes, who comes, and being as inclusive and diverse and rich as possible. So I think that's very exciting too. And maybe just the last thing to say is that European law is also a very broad church. It's a very wide sort of area or terrain, and there are, I won't say silos, but lots of subfields, and maybe they tend to meet the social law or labor law scholars, or the competition law scholars, or the constitutional law scholars, the human rights people, and so on. And that a society like this that aims to be open and inclusive and broad and unbound, is an encouragement to come together, to bring all those different fields together, so people who mightn't readily meet each other can, talk across those different subfields and areas. So I think the potential is really great, and this is a really exciting development, and I look forward to watching with interest as the society unfolds.